I might have spoken about this camera before. It is a Voigtlander Brillant, but they are a number of different versions of this camera, and I think this is an early version dating from about 1934. The Voigtlander Brillant was a twin lens reflex. This was a time where Rolleiflex were getting very firmly on the market with their Rolleiflex, and the Rolleicord was just coming in, and there was some upmarket twin lens reflexes, but there was also some twin lens reflexes which were aimed at a cheaper pocket, and this fits the bill beautifully. The later ones were made out of Bakelite. This seems to have quite a bit of metal in it. Let's take a look at some of the features of the camera, starting with loading the camera. Now, I have just finished a film in here, so when we take, you can see that's the film I've just taken. The new film will go in here, and it goes under this flap here into here. You then, because this is developed, this camera was before they had marked 12 segments on the film, so there was a problem about how you got 12 6x6 photos out of here, but Voigtlander had a genius solution to this. So you wind the film to number 1 here, and then on the side here you have this little button. You click this button, or you move this button, and I think someone's replaced it with this little screw here, and you heard that whining sound, and that is moving this to number 1. Okay, and then you take your numbers. So I take a photograph and I wind on to number 2, then I take another and wind on to number 3. The controls here are again very straightforward. We have got some focusing, but the focusing is portrait, group, and it says pattis. So we have portrait, group, and basically landscape. We have 3 apertures here, and from my memory it's f22, f11 and f7. We have 3 shutter speeds here of a 50th, of 1/25th and bulb. So it is limited. We have a very nice bright viewfinder. There's no focusing coupled. We basically just have this big viewfinder. And taking the photo is basically focus, check your shutter speed, check your aperture, set our aperture, and take. It's a spring shutter, so there's no having to set the shutter. It operates on a simple leaf spring, and that is it. This camera I think is super. It's not in the best of condition, but this camera is at least 80 years old, and it's edging towards being 90, so it still works. It seemed to perform okay, but did the film come out? I did use an old film, but let's see what happened after I had processed it. It is a very out-of-date film. I think it was actually dated something like 1982, and you can see the results here. It's not brilliant, but the camera actually performed okay. The shot is perfectly in focus, and the second one, yes, it's really clear. When you think of the lens, which I didn't think was going to be superb, it's actually absolutely fine. So I've only included 3 photographs here because of the actual problems with the film, which has all the characters of a really ancient film. However, camera performed quite well, and I think it's worth trying a proper in-date film with the camera.
Thank you for watching. Bye for now.